You ready?
I'm so ready.
Don't show my grippers.
Get the grippers out!
I don't need my grippers out for everyone to see. Oh. Welcome everyone to the BroadBoys podcast.
That's us.
I'm Cade.
I'm Micah.
And this is what we decided to do today for the episode.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't been keeping track of our YouTube subscribers, first of all, what are you doing? Second of all, we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
So we wanted to do something special. And for our audio listeners, we are currently in a bed. Together. Right next to each other.
My elbow touches his.
Yeah, it does. You have a weird feeling elbow. But you know, it's okay. So yeah, we got some nice nightcaps on. And we each brought our own blanket.
I did. See mine?
Yeah.
It's couch potato.
It's very...
See, it's a whole bunch of different couches with potatoes on them.
Okay, was that given to you like as an insult?
No. It's given to my wife.
Given to your wife? By you?
No.
Oh. You sure it wasn't an insult?
I don't know. I think it's really cute. See how they're all smiling?
I do see that.
Yeah. What insult would involve a bunch of smiling potatoes?
I don't know. Just like, hey, get off your butt. Just start doing stuff.
I don't know, man. Every potato that's standing doesn't have a smiley face on.
Yeah.
So...
That's true.
I mean, standing's
That's
gotta be
true.
sad.
So you're happy when you're laying down.
Exactly.
Down. You know, that makes sense. I have a blanket with a lot of different, basically, NES game boxes on it. So I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but there's Ice Climber, there's Final Fantasy, there's Super Mario Duck Hunt, I see Kirby's Adventure, that's right next to me. See, what can I show here?
Whoa, it's the goofy Zelda face. I mean, Link face.
What?
This guy.
Let's see if we can... I guess it's goofy.
It's goofy. It looks like the...
Decently goofy. So yeah, it's very cute. Very fun. We got nightcaps on. Obviously, this is how we look right before we go to bed.
I always wear my nightcap before bed.
Yeah, Micah, what has been your experience going to bed and playing games? Did you ever like hide your DS under the blanket?
No.
Oh, did you have a DS?
No, I was a classic Netflix watcher before bed.
That seems very like.
I know it's pretty
new
lame.
gen.
I know, but I watched the A-Team.
Okay.
I watched Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
I watched MacGyver.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
On your iPhone.
On my iPod Touch.
Okay,
there
now we're getting somewhere.
iPod Touch with, Jetpack Joyride, and what else do I have on it?
Yeah, don't try to date us from this episode.
I can't remember what was on it. Fruit Ninja.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, I had the DS, so I would have, or it was a 3DS, I guess, but I would play it, and I grew up with three brothers, so I was always kind of sharing a bedroom, but I'd wait for them to go to bed, pull out the 3DS, anytime I'd hear my parents walking down the hallway, and we always had creaky hallways, sneak it.
Plenty of time to hide.
Yeah, sneak it. The only problem is that the clamshell, when it snapped shut, it was very loud. So you had to make sure you always got it in. Well, you had to put it on your pillow. You had to basically close it with your pillow. I left it half open, and then you kind of just like like that. For the audio listeners, I performed what it was, but yeah.
He dove.
I did. Well, I wouldn't say dove.
Gracefully, like Shamu.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so we're here.
We are here.
This is the BroadBoys Sleepy Time Special.
It is.
Thank you so much for 100 subscribers and the triple digis, as they call them.
I always call it the triple digi.
The triple digis. So we're very excited, as you can tell.
Well,
and we wanted to relax with you guys for a second. But
listen to our sultry voice.
We didn't want to lose any of the content. So.
Well, I do want to start, if we're talking about content.
Oh, yay.
With what is quickly becoming one of my favorite games.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about games.
So, just last week, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 dropped.
Okay.
I pre-ordered it.
Yep.
And I played it day one.
Yep.
And I got through the tutorial. which was not really a tutorial. It was definitely a tutorial, but it was also like an opening cinematic.
I'm so proud.
That really gets you into the game.
Yeah.
Then I got into the open world. And let me tell you, it's good.
Oh,
it's very good.
Who would have thought?
Like, the atmosphere, it's great. It definitely has the, you see that castle? You can go walk to that castle.
Yeah, the open world. Open world dealio. How does it compare to the original? Is it better than the original?
I would say it's completely better. All the animations are smoother. Movement is smoother. Combat is a lot smoother. They leveled out a lot of the rough spots.
Okay. Yeah, cleaned up some of the corners.
And your dog.
Oh, is he a vital part of the combat? Can he snap some necks for you?
He can bite people's legs and give you time to stab their necks.
Okay. Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
It is pretty neat.
Dog in the combat?
It is.
As a major, a vital piece, you could say?
His name is Mutt.
Oh, you can't name it? Well, I guess if he says so.
That is his name. His name's Mutt.
Okay.
It's Mutt.
No, that's fair. You know, I'm so excited for you on embarking on that journey. I'll get around to playing the original. I feel like I gotta take care of that deal.
You definitely don't have to play the original. You'll appreciate the sequel more.
That's what I heard.
But you definitely don't have to play the original.
Okay. That's fair. You know, we'll think about it.
So, I highly recommend, so far, contender for Game of the Year, and it's only February.
It is only February. When we get into talking about 2024, I think a lot of 2024's lineup in spring was really good too. But I think 2025's spring lineup is going to be huge.
It's pretty big.
Well, actually, this whole year, if GTA 5 comes out, or not 5, 6.
Yeah.
if GTA 6 comes out, if Monster Hunter Wilds is as good as I think it's going to be.
Well, you played the beta, didn't you?
I did, and I'll get into it. If Metroid Prime 4 comes out this year...
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
That was last year.
Was it?
Yeah, well, it was nominated for Game of the Year.
Rebirth?
Yeah.
Isn't there one coming out this year?
No. It came out on PC.
PC
is what you're thinking
launch.
That's what you're thinking of.
Yep, you're right.
Yep. And then... there's other stuff coming out. Ghost of Yotei, I believe, is coming out this year.
Yep, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, so very excited about that. And then there's a lot of indie games I do have my eye on as well.
There's a possible Assassin's Creed Shadow launch this year.
We'll see. I don't know why we're mentioning that in the Game of the Year contender segment.
Oh, let's not even talk about that as like a possible Game of the Year. It's going to be so bad.
Yeah. But you have a potential Game of the Year with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yes.
I played the beta for Monster Hunter Wilds, and I am smitten. And, you know, I've been a Monster Hunter fan for a while. I would say.
If you're a fan, you've probably already seen a whole bunch of videos on it. I mean, it's pretty good from everything I've seen. I didn't play it, but I might play it this weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, there's another open beta. There's been 2. There's a final one on February 13th,
and then
which is 2 weeks before the game launches.
Yeah, I know. It releases first week of March.
February 28th, which is crazy. So, it's...
That was close.
Very soon. It's been my TV in my living room, my TV screensaver, since it was, or the title shot.
Since it was announced.
In 2023. It's been I'm so glad it's been such a fast year. So, because it's already almost here.
Yeah.
But I've been so pumped. The combat feels amazing. You have this mechanic where if you wound a monster, you can do a special move on that wound, and it does a ton of damage, and they all look super flashy and cool.
Like critical strikes.
Yeah. And, you know, they've had versions of that before in the series, but, like, this one, like the dual blades, for instance, if you do your wound attack, you stab it in, you jump backwards, and then you, like, attack on Titan, like, grapple onto the guy and do a super, like, spinning slash like a Beyblade.
That's kind of cool.
So that one's super cool, and there's a lot of, like, I play Charge Blade for those who are familiar with the series, and they have a way you can activate your weapon or put into different, like, status by doing the wound effect. So it looks cool, it's strategic, and the mode that you do it in gives you full, like, 360 degree control of your weapon and its attacks, which for those unaffiliated with the series, that sounds stupid. Why would you just have that all the time? But Monster Hunter makes you commit to your moves, It'll beat you down when you're making mistakes. So it's a new thing for the series to kind of be like, oh, mid combo you can change your direction,
which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Like all the weapons feel great. I did a lot of testing over the beta, just like, oh, what weapon am I gonna play? And everything feels good. And you can swap between two different weapons during a hunt by getting on your bird. So if you want to try stuff out, it's great. I would say if you're thinking about Monster Hunter, this is probably the best time to get in. So.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Ringing endorsement from me so far from the beta. Now, granted, the game could come out and it could be terrible for some reason. I don't know how they can mess that up, but they could. People have done it before.
It's true.
So, but I'm excited. I'm super excited. Besides that, I've also been playing. I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that game was really fun. I'm excited for Rebirth. I'm gonna give it a pause before I jump right in.
It's probably good. You don't want to spoil yourself.
Yeah, well, I don't want to burn myself out with Final Fantasy VII Remake combat. And then I've been playing Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, how is that?
It's super fun. I've never 100% of the game.
Yeah.
So I've been playing retro games. I'm trying to do the achievement of the week and the month from the Retro Achievement website, which if you're into retro games, great way to jump in.
Oh, yeah.
So the achievement of the month is basically you beat the final boss in like its secret area. So to do that, you got to get all of a certain collectible. And I've only beaten the game like straight, like I never 100%ed it. I never got the collectibles. But this is like, it's super fun. Like I'm learning so much about Donkey Kong, I guess. Is like, I don't know, it's like a game that you could just boot up and play.
Yeah.
But you don't really think about it. You're just like, oh, I'm just playing this 2D platformer. But there's a lot of cool stuff with Donkey Kong Country 2. Oof, and the music and the atmosphere. Like, I think about how revolutionary Donkey Kong Country was. It did, like, a combination of diegetic and non-diegetic sound.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like the music in Donkey Kong has sounds that would be in wherever you are, like level-wise. So if you're in a jungle, it'll play like jungle noises. If you're, my favorite example is when you're in ice caves. Like there's like a lot of dings and like I guess bell noises, kind of like water falling off ice. And in Donkey Kong Country 2, there's like windy levels where at the top of mast poles. So it starts with just the song starts with just wind playing before going into it.
That's kind of cool.
So revolutionary days. David Wise, what a legend.
Is he the one who did the music?
He did do the music.
That's cool.
And the game's just good. And the graphics were like crazy because it was the first time they tried to do like 3D look or like realistic looking graphics. Not the first time, but it was game changing for the.
How do you like the look of Donkey Kong in it?
What do you mean?
Well, how do you like how Donkey Kong looks?
He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better or worse than the remake?
The remake? Which remake?
The one that was.
Oh, in Mario Kart 9.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I find it atrocious.
Yeah.
The redesign. I think they're trying to get rid of Rare's Donkey Kong as much as possible for whatever reason, and I think that's why they haven't made a Donkey Kong game in like 10 years. So.
Could they be making a new Donkey Kong game?
I sure hope so.
With the new design?
As long as it's a new Donkey Kong game. Because it's been 10 years. And 4 games in 10 years, and they're the same 2 games.
Sorry, I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick.
Let's do it.
Speaking of monkeys,
yes.
You know what I've been playing?
Oh, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Oh, in bed?
Yes, in bed. Like, I know we're sitting
games we played in bed.
Right on the cellular phone.
On the phone.
On the cellular phone.
Dude, it's hard. I think Bloons is like, how are you going to make another tower defense game? When Bloons Tower Defense 6 exists.
I don't know. It's so good.
It is so... I don't know. It's just like, it's genre defining is how I would call it.
I know.
I don't know if I'd say revolutionary, but it's genre defining for sure.
I put it down after about 200 hours, like, over a year ago. And, I hadn't opened it up. And my wife started playing. And I'm like, I gotta teach her how the ways of the balloons.
But then you gotta reteach yourself, No,
I never forget.
That's true. It's in our blood.
You always gotta know what your towers are.
In our blood. Bruins, what's your favorite monkey? In Bruins.
Well, my go-to?
Yeah.
might just be okay. So it's tough, right?
What is your favorite Bloons monkey?
My favorite Bloons monkey is probably either the sniper monkey or the ninja monkey.
Both very specialized monkeys, for sure. Why do you like these so?
Well, the sniper monkey has unlimited range. He's a global tower, and he can do a lot of damage.
Very easy, you could say.
Yes. The ninja monkey, you put a 402 ninja monkey out there with with a alchemist. That thing will go to around 60 without an issue.
That's true. That's true. Can't deny.
All on his own.
Ninja monkeys are. I mean, anytime you're doing a. Oh man, I haven't played in a sec. What's the run called? The final challenge to Black Border.
Oh, chimps.
Yeah, chimps. Anytime you're doing a chimps run, I do a ninja. I do a couple more.
I was really proud of myself because I had black bordered all of the front page.
Oh yeah.
Just the beginner maps, whatever.
Yeah.
But all the front page, and they added a new map.
Oh, to the beginner maps?
Ruined.
It's okay. Hey, more reason to play.
I have to black border a new map to have my whole front panel be black borders.
Yeah, I should. Well, I shouldn't get back into it. If I got on my phone, I'd play it more, I think.
It's $2.99.
I know.
It's really cheap. And it links to your PC version.
But it'd be bad for my productivity as a person.
It links to your PC version.
It does. Yeah.
So your saves are cross. And if you get the achievements on your phone, they'll boot into Steam when you open it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
That's
your achievements just go.
Is that why I always see people on Bloons, but they're not on their computer or whatever?
Well, they're probably logging in through something else because it definitely doesn't track my hours when I'm on my phone.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
That's super sad.
I know.
We should have did that.
I want to be able to say I spent 1,000 hours in Bloons, but I can't.
We can only say... Well, I mean, we can't prove you wrong.
You can't prove me wrong.
Can't prove you wrong. I mean, my favorite monkey has got to be the... I got to go with the alchemist.
You seem like one of them.
What do you want me to say, Druid?
You know what? No. My favorite monkey is the banana farmer. He scoops up my nanners.
Yeah, sure. If that's really what you want to say, yeah. I don't believe you.
He really is underappreciated.
The banana farmer?
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's like...
Well, he's a power-up, and so no one really uses him. And, all he does is he sit there with his rake, and he rakes up nanners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't even use them in chimps.
No, but the quality of life on every other map is great.
Yeah.
He scoops up my nanners.
That's true. Wait, so you're like, wow, you said alchemist. I'm going with banana farmer. Are you kidding me? I had to think about that for a second. You're crazy. You are absolutely insane for saying that.
I think banana farmer is a goated monkey.
Dude, he's not chill though.
Yeah, well, what's the best hero? Who do you use?
Shoot, I don't know, dude. It's been a sec. I don't remember the names. The girl that has the swords.
Oh, Asada.
Yeah. Yeah. I sense judgment coming.
No. When I pick people, I'm kind of an Oberon main, Oben or whatever.
Okay.
And or if I'm really like I don't want to pay for camo detection, I'll go Ezreal. And if I'm looking for a little money, I'll go Benjamin.
Okay, that's why I was scared of you saying. That's like I don't think you can pass judgment if you use Benjamin.
Why? He's literally just there to make me more money.
Exactly. It's not team player if you play multiplayer.
I can give my money away.
You're not going to.
I could.
But you're not going to.
But I could.
Okay. You're not going to. Listen, that Benjamin is too busy selling crypto. He's not invited to the hot tub. That's all I'm going to say.
The hot tub party?
Yeah. Benjamin's not invited.
Fair enough.
Quincy gets like an invite out of respect, but not because I like him. Just out of respect.
Nothing gets past my bow.
You know who definitely is invited to the hot tub is the ice monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Ice monkey's in there. Boomerang monkey?
Boomerang monkey?
Invited to the hot tub.
I don't like boomerang monkey.
Really?
No, not a boomerang monkey fan.
But you'd invite the ninja monkey to the hot tub?
I'd invite the ninja monkey and the wizard monkey.
Druid?
Druid's okay. I'll let him in.
Let him into the hot tub.
Let him in. Beastmaster.
He's cooler than, he's like the sleeper pick, I think. Well, maybe not anymore, but I don't know.
They have a new monkey.
Oh boy.
By the way.
Yes.
I don't know how long it's been out, but it wasn't out the last time I played.
Yeah.
I had to unlock it.
Yeah.
It is the mermaid monkey.
I've never heard of the mermaid monkey.
It's a mermaid monkey.
Actually now you got me thinking about the naval units, and I'm like, those are pretty cool too.
They're pretty good.
If they could be in the hot tub, well, they can, because you can place them there.
on the hot tub.
You can place them there, so they're automatically invited.
True.
Because that's where you can place them.
I don't even know how to segue to another topic from this.
Yeah. We're in a bed. We're pretending to be asleep. Well, we're not, but there have been some games. There's a game in particular that has been put to sleep forcefully, or is about to be put to sleep. I want to talk about it. The downfall of multiverses.
Yeah.
Multiverses.
Warner Brother losing another game.
Would we count that as losing a game?
They're axing it.
So they're not losing it, they're throwing it away.
They're absolutely abolishing it, really making their 3 fans really sad.
Okay, so couple things on multiverses.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I want to hear your opinion first before I go into it. Did you play it?
The open beta was better than the full release.
True, 100%.
Like, they 100%. Are someone who took every suggestion that the fan base made and said, nah.
Okay, except that's actually the opposite of what they did. They did all the fan stuff.
No, they took what the big loud fans who don't know what they're saying.
Yes, the new fan base. That's what they did. That's what they did.
Like, they didn't take anyone who's played a platformer and and listen to them. They took the people who came in with 1 million followers who've never played a platformer in their life and took their suggestions.
I can't guarantee that, but I imagine that's how it went.
That's what it feels like.
I imagine that's how it went. Yeah, I think it's another case of executive oversight ruining a game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, it's a combination of things. First of all, I want to talk about the positives. I think the beta was awesome.
The beta was
awesome. Like, I think if you look at peak players, it was 150K, which is, for a plat fighter.
And a beta?
Crazy.
I know.
Well, people didn't know it was a beta, though. And that's,
I thought they announced it.
It was, like, on the homepage, but they didn't, that was, like, kind of kept under wraps.
That's fair.
Well, they weren't blasting that it was a beta.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, I think they were hoping it would just slide into full release, and then they just dropped it.
That is the deal. So, Multiverses comes out, there's a lot of problems, but it's a different beast. It's like, it's not Smash.
Yeah.
You could definitely say, hey, it's not trying to be Smash, it's trying to be something special.
Yeah.
And it was chaotic. I mean, if you're an outsider looking in, and I'm definitely not in, I need to specify that, I'm definitely not in, but from the outsider looking in, it looked like complete chaos. It's hard to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
For a lot of time. And then they shut it down for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of out of nowhere. So if you bought the 120 Founders Pack or whatever, you kind of got screwed there. And then the full release comes out and they make it so slow. It wasn't the beta, so it kind of lost its identity. You're losing returning players. I mean, I would say you're losing new players, but it also peaked on launch day 110K.
Yeah. Which
is still huge. It had a second chance.
I mean, there were a lot of people who wanted just to play Multiverses again.
I mean, it's the characters.
You
know? They love the characters. But all right, let's talk about how they didn't put in a lot of characters.
Yeah.
For Warner Bros, they didn't have any Harry Potter character.
Yep.
They didn't do Gandalf.
Yep.
They didn't have Daffy Duck.
I know.
They didn't have Daffy Duck, which is crazy to me. I think they did a lot of characters that kind of either made no sense or was very obviously a marketing ploy. I'm thinking of Black Adam specifically because The Rock's movie was coming out.
Yep.
But also characters like Gizmo and Stripe. Those are 2 separate characters that could just be one character. Powerpuff Girls came in late, I think, but I'm glad they're there. But they have so much to pull from. They had all the building blocks to be still relevant, still successful, and they dropped the ball.
The tricky part is
Twice.
They had a massive balancing issue in the beta.
Mm-hmm.
There were like very obviously powerful characters.
Iron Giant.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't just remove him from the game.
Yeah.
Or relegate him to not being like online or unranked.
I know.
Because that's a nightmare. Iron Giant is a character that's like 4 times the size of every other character.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you think about it competitively, you can't balance that.
Yeah.
You just can't. It's impossible.
You gotta make him like ludicrously slow.
Yeah.
But it was so bad because he could like just 3-tap you off the map.
Well, so they're like, well, he's super big.
Yeah.
So we don't want him to like get comboed to death each time because he's super big. So we're going to let him burst out of combos.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're comboing the Iron Giant, he can burst into 0 to death you.
Yep.
And every time they patch, they're like, we fixed the Iron Giant.
No.
They always found a new combo, like, pretty fast, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
So it's crazy. I just don't understand. And I mean, and it's going offline.
I guess the trouble is, like, I understand where things are going wrong, right? We know that. They can't get the character balance, that sort of thing. But why wouldn't they try and save it? Or maybe they have, and this is just them throwing in the towel.
I think it's that. I think that Warner Bros. Or whoever, Player First Games, want. I think they tried. They tried twice. Mm-hmm. They had 2 chances. They dropped the ball for whatever internal or external reasons you want to blame, but and then now they're done. They're done now. Which I'm gonna be. I haven't been playing it because I think it's too slow. When you play the beta, mm-hmm. and then you go to the original, you're like, wow. Why would I play it?
Yeah, if you really want to see why the game failed, go watch the beta gameplay, and then watch gameplay from like a month ago.
Yeah, and you'll instantly see.
Yeah,
you'll be like, wow, we're on like 0.75 speed.
Oh, I know. It's you literally to feel like you're watching something, you have to speed up your YouTube video.
See, I'm just so like confused on the business behind it because they knew that it was going to be slow because in the marketing they didn't show like a full match. It was hidden in a thread.
Yep.
They didn't like blast a full match of the gameplay because they weren't confident in it.
I know.
So what I'm assuming is that there were, whether it be a managerial problem, it's
just a game direction issue.
Game direction. Well, the game direction is that they were player first, but I think they're called player first games. They became so player first that they lost the vision. You don't need to listen to a lot of players.
Yeah,
now, all right.
Well,
there's a touch and go with that.
Once again, they're listening to the wrong players.
But if you're a developer, how do you know the right people to listen to?
You're building a platformer. Don't listen to people who play Happy Wheels all day.
How are you going to recognize that from their Twitter profile picture?
Well, you shouldn't be reviewing based on their Twitter profile. You should be reviewing based on the actual person commenting.
Well, you're not going to know anything about them.
Well, you shouldn't be taking criticism from... I don't know, man. I feel like if it's like a personality with a whole bunch of followers that's like spearheading it, you should just be able to look up the person.
Okay. Generally, I think what happens is you have a team of people that you trust that you can...
They did the thing that EA is known to do, which is just I've talked about watering down a game so that it's for everybody. And if you make a game for everybody, it's for nobody.
See, I don't think they did that with the beta, though. But they tried to do it.
The beta was fine. Game. The beta was fine. It just had balancing issues. And then they come to release the full game, and they're like, this is now a game for everybody who had complaints. And they didn't even balance it. And it's worse. Because it's just a worse platformer.
I think they bit off more than they could chew. Because they were also, when they were moving... Well, when they did the full release, they're like, we're also moving to Unreal Engine 5.
I do remember
So that's a piece of it. They changed.
They didn't have to.
They changed the hitboxes like 2 or 3 times. I think you just gotta. You gotta just accept the original product for what it is. And now, all right, there's always examples of where this isn't true, but when you have your base product that comes out and you build an audience around that, you should keep the base product. They didn't keep the base product, I think.
No, they didn't.
And I know a lot of people are also upset with the character choices that they did too. Like I think it is weird. All right, LeBron James is funny. I'm not gonna get mad at them for putting in LeBron James.
It is very funny.
I'm not gonna get mad at them for putting in LeBron James. Gizmo and Stripe is weird. Banana Guard was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think the villains that they did, like Jason from Friday the 13th and Agent Smith, I think those are good.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are good, but you have S-listers, not A-listers, S-listers in your ranks, and you're like, all right, we're gonna save them all for when we need them.
Oh yeah,
you needed them at launch.
I'm sure they were waiting. They're like, we're gonna drop a Harry Potter character or something later.
Yeah, we're gonna wait until season 10 to add Gandalf.
I know.
It's just, sorry, you lost your chance.
I know. Now you can't even drop Gandalf.
And you're gone for a year and you introduce 3 characters and some side modes and you change how the game plays. So, I don't know what I honestly feel bad for the devs because I'm sure it was just the direction.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a direction problem, a studio issue, but it's kind of sad to see a game with so much potential go away.
Like Concord.
And I don't think that game ever had any potential.
Like Concord.
But it is gone. So many beloved games.
It will be gone. It's still online.
Concord's still online?
No, not. No,
yeah, sorry.
Multiverses is still online.
Multiverses is still on.
It's going to shut down.
This year, sometime.
Yeah.
They have a date, I think, but I don't know.
Yeah. So there were fans already working on preserving it. So it'll be interesting to see. It's funny because Nickelodeon swung too. They swung twice. They did Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 and 2.
It's true.
Which, I have my own. I think they're not bad games, but they're not like big games.
I think platformers just have an issue that they haven't quite cracked. Like Smash is good. Brawl Stars is good. Sorry, Brawlhalla. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Brawl Stars was another game that came out.
That's not
Brawlhalla is big.
Yep.
Smash is big.
Yep.
And dude, now that we're in the new Nintendo console territory, it's about to be Smash speculation season. It's gonna be so funny.
Smash Super Ultimate.
Maybe they could do that. That's what some people are saying.
Smash Mega Ultimate.
Maybe
that'd be crazy.
That could happen. I don't know if crazy is the word I'd use for that.
Every single character from any Smash game into it.
That's literally what they did with Ultimate.
Wait.
That was the tagline was everyone is here.
Wait a second. Is there not a character that they don't have in it?
No.
Well, cut that from the video.
It's staying in.
Shoot.
That's staying in.
Okay, I take it back. Add every single Nintendo character.
I'm sure that's what people want.
Every single one.
That's what people want.
I'm totally blanking on anyone.
You can't think of any Nintendo character.
Give me Waluigi.
Sure. Good job. That one's good.
Wow.
That one's good.
Honestly though, why is he not in it? I play him for every single game except Smash because he's not in Smash.
I think we'll need to save that for another time.
Okay.
Because there's a lot that could go into a lot of different things. Another thing I wanted to do since we're in bed is show you what I've been doing in bed recently.
Ew.
I know. I've been.
Ew. He's about to pull out his box of tissues.
I know. So close, but so a while ago we did an episode about how we play retro games.
Oh.
So
this is where you're going with this.
Yeah. I believe that's within the first 10, I believe. So if you want to hear that, check that out. I show Mini PC. Since then, I have fallen backwards into the world of retro handhelds, which are basically mini PCs on the go. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Oh my God.
Are you about to show me one of your retro handhelds?
Yeah, so I brought all the ones I own, which, you'd think that I have one. I don't. I have 3.
Whip it out there.
Yeah, I'll whip stuff out.
Whip it out.
So, this is the first one I got.
Wow.
I got it as a gift a year ago. This is a Powkiddy R30.
Powkiddy R30.
It's RGB no, it's like 20S actually. It's not 30.
It's got 2 buttons, and then 4 more buttons.
It's got a lot of buttons.
And then 4 more buttons, and then 3 more buttons, and then it's got 4 triggers on the back.
Mm-hmm. So that thing is around, I believe, 60 to 70 bucks. And it was given to me as a gift because last year, I mean, it's been a thing. Retro handhelds have been a thing for a while. In terms of little portable, I don't know what you want to call them, like portable devices that are meant to emulate games. They're meant to emulate games from a lot of different systems. It's not like a Switch where it just plays Switch games. It like this can play like anything from arcade all the way up to the PS1.
This thing goes to PS1?
That thing can go to PS1.
Sheesh.
So that thing is fun. I had some gripes with it though. So number one, doesn't have Wi-Fi. I had to do a lot of tinkering to get it to look nice in the way that I like it to look. So, but it's a good device for all it's worth. If you, I would say if you're like,
would you recommend this as a out of the box purchase for someone into retro gaming?
I would not, personally.
No.
Yeah, that's 5 big dooms.
Doom.
I don't think I've heard them give a doom before.
Doom.
Is that how they say?
I have no idea.
I feel like they'd be like doom. You know, I feel like it'd be a bit more menacing. I haven't heard them give a doom actually. I think, but so the reason why is I think the out of box experience is not good. I had to do a lot of tinkering, and especially since it doesn't have Wi-Fi, I had to do a lot of like workarounds to get to work. A lot of custom firmwares I tried putting on it just didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find some alternative options, you could say, and I thought I bricked the device like 2 or 3 times. So that was the first one I got, and I actually didn't really get into it or touch it much in 2024, but around like September, October 2024, I started really getting into retro handhelds and looking at it and then tinkering around, and retro handhelds are pretty cool. You know, I'll get into it why after I show off all the ones I have. But
yeah, you got 2 more to show.
I do have 2 more to show. So this past year, I got another gift.
Ooh.
This is the Ambernick RG35XXH.
What does that stand for?
Alright, so the RG35XXs are kind of like this line of product that Ambernick has where it's all the same chipset. It just comes in different like form factors. So there's a vertical version, there's a clamshell version. If you want the clamshell version is the SP. The H just stands for horizontal. So it's a stupid name. It's a very stupid name. But this one...
So it's got your XY, AB,
yeah,
2 joysticks, parallel.
Yep. So the first device for audio listeners it looked more like a Game Boy. Mm-hmm. This is kind of looking like it's left and right versus vertical, I guess. It's horizontal versus vertical. So that one I think is better than the POW Kitty. So that one first of all has Wi-Fi. A lot of custom firmware support. It can play up to PSP games and some. I got Dreamcast working on that too,
nice.
Which is super fun. And then it's a solid device. Like I haven't had any qualms with it once I got it set up. And so this is around the point where like tinkering became a positive for me.
Was this something that you felt you could do without much knowledge? Like, so is this a good beginner handheld?
Yeah. So the out-of-box experience on that device is also really good. Mm-hmm. I just kind of jazzed it up. So that would be, if I had to recommend something for beginners, you're like, oh, I don't know, like, retro handheld sounds interesting. This goes for around 70 bucks.
What's it called again?
The Ambernick RG35XXH. If you want the clamshell version, that's the SP. If you want the Game Boy vertical style, it's the RG35XX Plus, I think, is the right one to get. Well, they have so many. There's like 8 different devices with that chipset.
We are not sponsored, by the way.
We are not. So that's a POW Kitty, that's an Ambernick.
But if you want to sponsor us, we'll show it off in bed.
Yeah. We'll play with your toys in bed.
Play with your toys in bed.
So that one's a bit higher level than the POW Kitty, I would say. It's a bit higher quality. You can feel it, and then also it's a lot more.
And it's only like $10 more. You said so.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know what the current prices are, and I didn't buy. I didn't buy either of these.
Oh, they were gifts.
They were gifts. So, I wanted something with a bit more power.
Mm-hmm.
I like the GameCube, PS2, and 64, PSP. Mm-hmm. And also, the problem with these devices that we've shown off so far is they have kind of a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yep.
Both of them are 4:3 devices. And so, when I try playing PSP games on that, it looks a little scrunched. You can do a lot of like extra stuff with it too. You can use them as MP3 players, ebook readers, and something I really wanted to do was stream my computer screen to the devices, which you can do.
That's cool.
It's very easy with custom firmware to do that. That's not really an out of the box thing, but there's tons of like the retro handheld community is like huge. There's tons and tons of information to get started, and I would highly recommend. It's a fun community to be in. So I wanted something a bit more a bit more power, but I didn't want to break the bank because these are like your lower range items. Like technically, you could get a retro handheld for $40 or $30.
Yeah,
and they'd probably be a bit worse than those, or they'd probably be around the level of the Pow Kitty.
Before you get to the third one,
yes,
let me tell you the retro thing that I had.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So, my grandmother. Well, first off, I had an Atari.
Yes, you've mentioned an Atari.
The other thing my grandma had was this. It was called the 101 Games box. And it had a picture of Miss Pac-Man on it.
Is it a plug and play?
And you plug it into your TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there have been plug and play things since the beginning of video games.
I know. But this one, you could just take the box with you and just plug it wherever you wanted to.
Yeah.
And fun. That's basically one of these at the end of the day. Better even when you think about the amount of games that come right out of the box.
Yeah, so the out of the box for the Ambernick is a lot better than the Pow Kitty, I would say. And also vertical arcade games, it automatically flips it to its side because it's 4:3 and I think that's super cool.
You didn't even get I was just running a diss on you, but that's okay. We'll just back it off, I guess.
No, I appreciate your genuine concern and excitement. So the third item.
Yes, show me the third item.
So this is the one I've been playing the most.
Oh, thick.
This is the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. No. So at this point, I've been like, all right, I'm not gonna buy anymore.
Yeah.
If I'm buying a handheld device now.
Those triggers are nice.
They're fully analog triggers. So this is another horizontal handheld, but this is in 16:9 aspect ratio. Great for streaming, great for PSP games, but also this thing is a powerhouse. Can run GameCube, PS2 games, which a lot of them actually have widescreen hacks or native widescreen support, which is super fun.
That is cool.
I've even been able to get some Switch very low power Switch games running on it, which has been super fun. And so I've been playing it the most. I've played through probably 10 games on this device so far, and I got this relatively recently. I love this thing. I played in bed pretty often. I've been trying to 100% Mario 64 in bed.
Nice.
I've been playing Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on this thing. I played Game Boy games. I played Kirby Star Stacker on this. I played GBA games, Final Fantasy VI Advance. I've just been from all across the board. It's just been a great experience. And let me actually we'll boot it up so I can show off. So the whole deal with this, if you're hearing Donkey Kong Country 2, that's because there's a front end that I was able to get on this thing. This is an Android device, which is different from those things. So any Android phone functionality.
So you can like front load APKs or anything like that. Nice.
Yep. So that's a big reason why I wanted this device, is because it was an Android based device, which was new to me, and I'm tinkering right now with everything. So I'm like, hey, this is an Android device. I can get Android apps on this. I can sideload whatever I want. Basically, this thing is Dolphin for GameCube, Ether SX2 for PS2. An old Yuzu built for Switch. Nintendo kind of took down Yuzu. But I have it all loaded in this front end, which I'm showing Micah right now. But basically, it's just kind of I can swap between different consoles.
Oh, it's so clean.
Yeah, and then it has a style, which this is a fork of Batacera. This is emulation station ESDE for anyone who knows what I'm talking about. But it's got super cool themes, and you can swap between the different ones. And when I leave this out for like 5 minutes, it'll just cycle through different videos of the games.
That's kind of cool.
And so it makes it feel like an actual console.
Yeah.
Which I love, and I can load into my Android apps from here too. Super clean. I love the buttons. I love the feel. Mm-hmm. The color scheme is like an American Super Nintendo controller, which I love. Mm-hmm. This is like...
Would you say it provides a console-like experience?
No,
we don't need to.
We don't need to get into the console-like experience. But I tried to cater it to be kind of, like a handheld console. And also, I can fit this thing in my pocket. And that's... So, I've been loving these things because I've just been putting them in my pocket, and like, when I go to places, I'm not antisocial, but I find a lot of opportunities where I can just bust something out and just like play a game.
Yep.
Because I am not a part of the conversation, or I'm waiting for something, or it's generally just boring.
That's the balloons grind I've been on.
Yeah, so you get it. You're playing balloons. I'm playing Mario 64, but it's the same situation. In bed, the same. My wife likes it when I come to bed with her, but I'm not ready to sleep because with all the progress I've made in life, I'm still on the D-Gen sleep schedule. So this helps with that. I get to play Mario 64 until 2 a.m. I was thinking like, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Okay,
a bit of an exaggeration.
I was thinking like, man, my D-Gen sleep cycle is now, if I go to bed at 12:30, I stayed up way too late.
Yeah. And then, like, also, I have a kid, and I have to...
I know, me too.
And so, if I'm rocking the kid, or I have to hold her for a bit, or if I get to hold her, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you get to hold her.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying. But, like, there's a lot of moments where you just need to be around the kid, but you don't need to give it attention. That makes sense. You just need to be with the kid.
Yes.
That sounds bad.
Yes, everything you're saying sounds bad.
It sounds bad. I'm playing games instead of
but I don't want to give it any attention.
No. Like, I'm not substituting
my child doesn't need my attention.
Yeah, whatever. But
you heard it here first.
You get the gist. There's a lot of moments. There's a lot of downtime right now. My kid's less than a year old. When the kid's napping on me, I'm not gonna get up.
That's true. That's true. You cannot disturb the nappy time.
Exactly.
So you just gotta.
So you gotta bust out your Retroid Pocket 4 Pro.
Yep. And
start playing some Jetpack Joyride on this, because I got Jetpack Joyride and Plants vs Zombies and Diablo Immortal. I've been trying that out. So
that's fun. And
I can stream my Steam games on here too. So when I bought this, I booted into Black Ops 6 because I wanted to see if I could get a kill. I probably spent 1 hour playing on Nuketown, and I could not get a single kill with this thing. It was very funny. It was super fun. It worked great. Like, it responded great. It's just, dude, I just don't know about playing against PC players in a shooter with the controller, and
you don't get aim assist either because you're
you don't get aim assist, and it does have some input lag because it's you are streaming it.
Yep.
It was just very funny. I couldn't get a kill. I'll try again one day and hopefully get something. But I'd highly recommend. This is a mid-range device, I would say. I got it for 150 bones. The higher levels like 200 to 300, and then at that point,
just get a Steam Deck.
You can add $100 to get a Steam Deck. Which, if I get any other device at this point, it's just going to be a Steam Deck. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I got my devices. I might sell this and get another mid-range device, but I'm going to need some convincing because I've been loving this thing. So that's what I've been doing in bed.
Nice.
Micah, you've played balloons in bed.
I play balloons and I watch YouTube.
That's true.
Sometimes I watch League of Legends tutorials.
Okay, now you're losing me. You're absolutely losing me. I hate feeling superior to other people. But you make it so easy.
Oh, come on now. Sometimes I watch travel vlogs.
Okay.
To pretend like I'm somewhere else, because I can't afford to go anywhere else.
Disassociation?
Yeah, I'm like disassociating, like, oh, this person is in, I don't know, pick a place, Colombia, I don't know. And I won't ever go to Colombia.
Not with that attitude. Wow.
I know. Sorry, that's not even really like on topic. That's more side topic. But
No, that's. I'm glad you're pouring out your heart.
Someday when I travel, I will vlog it, and it will go into a vlog video. We could even do a remote episode someday when I've traveled somewhere.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
This is basically traveling.
We traveled all the way to bed.
Exactly.
Yes, I got my little nightcap. You know what this nightcap reminds me of? Two things, yes. One, Ebenezer Scrooge. And two, that guy from Polar Express.
The conductor?
No, the stowaway on top of the train.
Yes. What a fun movie.
It was a fun movie. You know,
creepy nowadays.
I was traumatized by the puppet scene, the puppet car.
Yeah, that was pretty weird that they put that in.
It always scared me as a kid.
It's also just thematically super weird that they put it in there.
I knew it meant. I know it means something, and I'd have to rewatch it to determine what it means. But it means something.
It does mean something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's also funny how Tom Hanks voices like 80% of the cast.
Yeah, that part was funny. And he did the mocap, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did the mocap for like almost all of it.
So, good for Tom Hanks.
Yeah, good for him.
You are now Polar Express.
He is. He could have been the train for all I know.
You probably did the mocap for the train.
Well, it's like how Benedict Cumberbatch did the mocap for Smaug in Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah.
Where he crawled on the floor like a snake going...
I love the character that he's getting into, you know?
Yeah.
That's super funny.
He was really giving it his all for a subpar movie.
I mean, that's every subpar movie. There's a whole team of people.
It's true.
Pouring their lives and souls, getting divorced.
I know.
Losing custody of their kids.
Over subpar movies.
Over a 3 out of 10 movie.
Yeah, it's like how Tom Brady divorced his wife to play another season of football, and he played really badly for it.
Well, yeah, he was divorced.
Yeah.
He just got divorced. He got to cut him some slack. Oh, it's crazy. Man, what year did that happen? It wasn't 2022, was it? Because that's the year of games we're about to talk about.
It very well could have been, but I don't remember.
It was not 22.
It might have been.
But it was a segue to talk about the game of the year for 2022.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember many games that came out in 2022.
Don't worry. Most of them aren't memorable anyway.
Yeah. I mean, 2020 is huge. 2020 was a huge year. I keep thinking about that year. I keep thinking about 2020 and all that. I was like, man, COVID, but the games were crazy.
Yeah.
Games were absolutely nuts.
Would you like me to tell you what was nominated in 2021?
Yes, hit me with the Game of the Year 2022 nominees.
The nominees were It Takes Two by Hazelight Studios and EA. Deathloop by Arcane Studios and Bethesda Softworks. The creators of
Dishonored
and Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Metroid Dread by Mercury Steam / Nintendo.
Yes.
Psychonauts 2 by Double Fine and Xbox Game Studios. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart by Insomniac Games / Sony Interactive. And Resident Evil Village by Capcom.
Huh.
Those were the nominees.
You're right. There wasn't very memorable games. So, I mean, I remember them, but they weren't like...
Well, do you want to know... Before we talk about who won, do you want to know what else came out that year?
Yeah.
There'll be some that you're like, whoa. So first Forza Horizon 5.
Yes.
Halo Infinite, that one. Monster Hunter Rise.
In 22?
21.
We're talking about 22.
No, we're talking about 21.
You sure?
Yes, 100% we're talking about 21.
Oh,
you said 22. I apologize if you were confused. We are talking about 2021.
Oh, that's totally my bad.
He segued in the wrong year and I didn't even notice.
That's how good my segue was.
Far Cry 6. Inscription.
Ooh.
Good game. Good game. Call of Duty Vanguard. Bad game. Life is Strange True Colors. The sequel.
Couldn't tell you.
Life is Strange?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't remember.
I'm assuming it's not good.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Better than people give it credit for.
The big one, Hitman 3 came out.
That's right. Dude, that's crazy. Hitman 3 is like such an amazing game.
Bad game.
No, you're rage baiting. You're rage baiting. I know.
Hitman 3 is the worst game to ever come out. It shouldn't exist. It failed to redefine the genre and self-identify in any possible way.
Anytime you say self-identify now, I know you're spouting BS. It's like the Peter Griffin, like it insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself.
It failed to self-identify.
It failed to. It doesn't. It
Hitman is you can't even say that for Hitman. Hitman did self-identify.
No, it is its own thing.
Which is the craziest part.
Well, which one of these games that I said do you think won Game of the Year?
I'm pretty sure I know versus think. It Takes Two won.
It Takes Two.
I remember the speech at the end.
Yes.
So good for that guy.
Good speech. Good speech.
Yeah.
This year, you know which won so many awards and was a really bad game?
Deathloop.
Deathloop got best game direction, best art direction. What else did it win?
And you probably forgot about the game until he mentioned it.
I hate Deathloop. Not that the game's like intrinsically bad.
Just because people thought it was something.
Because people played it. It's the same thing with that vampire game that Redfall. Exact same BS.
No, but who
they
thought
gave it
Redfall
9s in the pre-play. Like the original reviews.
Oh, is that the one they had to revise?
Yeah, that's the one that they revised down to a 7.
Yeah.
After all the hate it got, like they gave it Redfall, they gave it a 9. IGN gave it a 9.
Is that the only time they've done that?
No, I'm sure they've done it. This one they just really had to do publicly because of the backlash.
Yeah.
Like they gave it a 9, saying this has the bones. In fact, they said it's the bones of a great game, right?
9 out of 10 bones of a great game.
9 out of 10 bones of a great game.
We love gaming journalism.
Yes.
Yes.
They deserve to be paid more for their takes.
All right, let's not talk about payment.
They deserve to be recognized and awarded and honored for their takes. They've really defined the industry, redefined the genre, and self-identified themselves as absolute garbage gamers.
You lost me until the very end and you pulled me back.
Print it, ship it, sell it, baby. Anyway, they did the same thing with Deathloop.
Yeah.
Where they gave it really big points. A whole bunch of people bought it. They played it, right?
And no
then
one
it
said
just
anything.
Dies off because it's a mid to subpar game.
It's mid.
It's definitely it's a nothing game. It's a nothing burger on a nothing sandwich. It looks nice. It's got some unique gameplay to it. The die try again whole thing, like the trailers were really cool.
Yeah. I'm sure they did a great job. No, they didn't do a good job marketing it. I didn't even know it came out.
That's the thing.
All right, it was on the front page of Steam when it came out.
I was excited for it coming out, and then I didn't even know it dropped. Like, that's the crazy part.
I mean, no one said anything about it.
I know, because there's no hype, there was nothing. It died.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to say is like, oh, that's why it's not a good game. I've just seen the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I don't want to say uninspired, because it does have a twinge.
Yeah, it's got a piece of uniqueness to it.
But I think the props that people were given, the britches they were putting it in, did not match.
No,
that's all I'm gonna say.
It was shallow. The actual quirk of the game meant nothing at the end of the game because it didn't matter, right? It was a plot element and not an actual gameplay mechanic.
I think that can be fine in a lot of cases, but
well,
I think it wasn't marketed that way. It was marketed as,
for a story game, that's fine. Except this was supposed to be like a lot of people compared it to a modern Dishonored, where it was another sort of assassin game where you can try multiple times in different ways, and you could replay it, that sort of thing.
Who would know and replayed it though?
And you would never want to replay it because it doesn't matter what you do, it always ends the same.
Yeah, and I guess, well, what about Dishonored? Because a lot of the choices, you don't really see the consequences until the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know if Deathloop did that though.
No, Deathloop was a single trip. There might have been alternative endings that I don't recall, but I don't think they were significant like the way that Dishonored did it, where the entire final level was completely different feeling, tone, everything based on the actions you did.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't. It is kind of crazy how many awards it got. I think it was because, hey, this is the only, like, actually, over Resident Evil 8 is pretty crazy to me.
I agree. Like,
what awards did it get?
Village?
Yeah. No, Deathloop.
Oh, Deathloop. It got best game direction, best art direction.
I think
those are
weird.
the two big ones.
I think that's best art direction. Over Psychonauts 2?
Over Psychonauts 2.
And
over Metroid Dread. Over...
Yeah.
Over It Takes Two, of all things.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, It Takes Two as a better art style. And it looks like an EA game.
And the best narrative went to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which... Fair, fine. Best score in music, Nier Replica. Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, came out that year. I guess I should say that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't like Deathloop. I don't like Deathloop even being nominated.
Let alone winning.
A lot of awards.
Thankfully, it didn't win Game of the Year. I think what I do remember from that year is that I was like, I hope Deathloop doesn't win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And it didn't, and that made me happy.
Well, you know what was probably snubbed big time, though?
Hitman. Inscription.
I think Inscription should have been nominated for something. It's not even on this list anywhere.
Really?
Like,
what about best indie or best debut indie?
I'm looking.
It's such a stupid category.
But I agree. It's literally just a way to not put it in. Best debut indie game. It wasn't even nominated. By the way, Valheim was nominated and didn't win. It went to Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, which I recall that game, and it definitely does not deserve it over Valheim. By the way,
I'm a renowned in the friend group Valheim hater, and I agree with you.
Thank you. I will say I've played Valheim a little, and I don't.
Oh, you would love that game.
Well, I don't. It's not my style.
Art wise?
No, gameplay wise, I don't like.
You just gotta play more.
I don't like the third person.
You'd be into it.
I don't like the third person janky swinging. It's the same reason why I don't like Return to Moria, which came out late last year.
Okay. I'm not too familiar.
Oh, it's a Lord of the Rings game that actually is pretty popular.
So you keep saying Lord of the Rings to me as if that means something, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
Anyway, it's about dwarves returning to the mines of Moria.
Great.
Where you get to fight goblins and build a base and mine ore and make armor. And the actual game loop's pretty fun, but I don't like the style. It's not my style. I struggle with it. It makes my brain fuzzy.
Brain fuzzy.
That's how I feel.
Did you fight a boss?
I did fight a boss.
Okay.
The wood boss or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's better than what you think, which is crazy to me.
No,
I've tried playing it like 3-4 times. I can't get into it. But I love the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Is coffee fine?
Yeah.
No, because it's double fine. It's coffee something.
Coffee.
Sorry.
You keep talking. I'll find.
They did the same. They also did Deep Rock Galactic. Mm-hmm. They also did Satisfactory. Wait, did they do Deep Rock Galactic?
This is Iron Gate Studio, Coffee Stain Studio. They did Deep Rock Galactic.
Thank you. Yes. So they're good.
And Satisfactory.
That's what I said. They've made some bangers. Coffee Stain is good. Coffee Stain good, and I know a lot of people buy the microtransactions specifically from Coffee Stain games because they're like, oh, this is a great company. I don't know if I'm like that, but I know a lot of people that have done that. They're very pro-consumer in terms of their business practices.
Like, I totally can't find the actual publisher of Deep Rock Galactic.
Well, that's okay.
Anyway,
we're gonna assume that Coffee Stain did Deep Rock, and we're probably right.
Ghost Ship Games. That's not.
Aww.
They did Satisfactory though.
I was wrong.
Which I love Satisfactory.
Yeah.
And Satisfactory is fully released.
And Deep Rock is good too. And when did that game release?
Late last year. Came 1.0.
No way.
Yeah.
No. But
full release.
Full release. When did the beta come out?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah, that's an older game at this point.
Well, yeah, but it finally fully released. It's no longer in beta.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll need to check that out. I didn't know
there's
that.
an ending now.
What?
Yeah.
I'll need to check that out. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Rock and Stone.
That's Deep Rock Galactic, not Satisfactory.
Bro, I'm talking about Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, I was talking about Satisfactory.
Oh my gosh,
Satisfactory
you were baiting me.
1.0 came out at the end of last year.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, no, Deep Rock Galactic's out.
I'm
It's
so
been out.
sorry
There's no
for this
beta
segment.
for that.
This segment's a mess.
Axe it. Axe it all.
2021 Game of the Year.
I think that It Takes Two should have won.
I think
It
that
did win.
if Hitman 3 was... See, I get why they didn't put Hitman 3 in, because I imagine they're excluding the Hitman 3 package.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
Okay.
So, I recall Hitman 3 releasing and people being like, why is this not nominated or whatever, right?
Because it's amazing.
And, well, the big thing is Hitman 3 released with remastered/redone versions of Hitman 1 and 2, which it had a name.
World of Assassination.
There we go. World of Assassination.
One of the best gaming packages, in my opinion.
But they didn't include 1 and 2, the remaster/remake, in the consideration. They only took into consideration the content released with Hitman 3.
Is that fair? Maybe. I still don't like it.
I mean...
I don't like it.
The tricky part that I have with it is, if they had released Hitman 1 and... Well, no, because...
It didn't.
It didn't. That's the trouble, is it didn't. They didn't do it any other way. They released it as a, 1 and 2, and then you have a third game, but then the package is all 3, and...
It's seriously so good.
I think
so good.
For 100% factoid, it got snubbed.
It did. I think it got snubbed from not even being nominated for anything, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty crazy. If they're not including any of the previous... If they're only including Hitman 3 content, it definitely doesn't deserve to be Game of the Year, especially at launch. I think it should have gotten a Labor of Love award. It hasn't, period, which is crazy because they literally added a rogue-like mode to Hitman 3,
that part
which
also
is
wild.
awesome. It's awesome. Hitman assassination game, but you can be as creative as you want. You can kill people with fish. You can make them slip and fall into an explosive rubber ducky.
Yeah.
You can knock someone off a giant skyscraper with a giant fan by pretending to be a construction worker.
And they've added the elusive targets and stuff where they partner with celebrities.
Super cool.
Yeah, they've had Conor McGregor and
Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That mission was funny. You got to kill 20 clones of him.
Yeah.
And it's it sounds super serious because it's Hitman, but it's also super funny. You pretend to be someone's yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Or you're applying for a job and they're like, "What does this ink blot remind you of?" And you're just like, "A deer being eaten by a lobster." Wow, that's super interesting. What about this one? A hitman executing his target. It's so funny. And it's a blast 100%. It's a blast to get all the items.
I will say, not getting Labor of Love nominations for the last couple years is crazy.
I know, not nominated.
I know.
I don't think it would.
Well, yeah, not even being nominated is crazy. I understand, because who won last time? It was,
was it No Man's Sky? And then Final Fantasy 14, I believe. Yep. Was another winner. Mm-hmm. In a very recent year.
I think those ones totally deserve it.
Yeah. But not being nominated.
Not being nominated is crazy.
Yeah, unfortunate. I love Hitman 3 so much. World of Assassination.
Okay.
Another ringing endorsement.
But what would you pick as Game of the Year?
In my head, Metroid Dread is super good. But I don't feel like... Is that the game I had the most fun with during that time? It was probably Rise. Monster Hunter Rise was probably the game I had the most fun with. Mm-hmm. But Metroid Dread's up there. Mm-hmm. I think It Takes Two should have won.
It did win.
So, wow, that's so cool.
We agree.
Somehow.
This is the third time in all of the years of gaming.
That's true.
I think we've agreed.
That's true. I think this is one of the rare few times we agree. But I will say, I think this year wasn't that good for AAA studios.
That's true.
I think the indie games were good this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had Valheim. Which, once again, I didn't super love, but I understand the love.
Yeah.
And so I can get behind it. I do want to say, It Takes Two is a really good game.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen more kind of indie games.
That's what I was
packaged up into that sort of style.
Well, you see, that's what I'm leaning into. Is next month we're getting the
Split Fiction.
Split Fiction.
Is that really next month?
I think it's either next month or the month after.
I predict that is going to be on the nominees for Game of the Year. I don't know if it's going to deserve it with the banger you're about to have.
I know.
But because of the clout it got from It Takes Two winning Game of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it.
Yeah, I think Split Fiction is going to be super. I mean, I'm going to play with my wife. I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's good.
It definitely looks like it's going to be a really fun local co-op game to play with a significant other or a friend or anything.
Yeah, and I like that they give you a pass that you can just give to whoever.
Yeah, that's
you
the
don't
right
need
way
to do two different games.
Yep.
Which I think is super cool.
And hopefully they won't lock it behind. Are they publishing through EA again?
Yep.
I was talking before about the biggest gripe that I had with It Takes Two, and it has nothing to do with the game. It has to do that you have to launch it to the stupid
the
EA platform.
EA launcher.
Where the dumb launcher can't connect half the time to the EA servers.
That's true.
And it makes me lose my mind.
That's true.
Like they did the
play offline, bro.
Yeah, just play co-op, I know, but I really wanted to play with my wife when she was like on her own screen.
Yeah.
That way it's, you each have one big screen and
I don't know, you could just play it.
You could just just play it locally, but
Isn't it split screen anyway?
No.
Do that? Oh no, it is separate?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So
I don't know, the co-op is great. It's like the old Lego Star Wars games.
True.
In terms of the split screens.
I will say there is a good indie game that I really love that does this sort of co-op thing. It's called 9 Parchments.
Never heard of it.
It's a lot of fun. You have to collect 9 parchments by replaying the game 9 times.
Okay. You're losing me.
And they get a bit harder each time, but you have different. You're all wizards, and you go around and you shoot things, and it's like this elemental combat where you are an element, and other people are elements, and you can combine your elements to do certain different things.
Okay.
That's all the enemies in different zones are a specific element, and so. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. It's got the very co-op-y thing, and you can kill your friends throughout the thing. It's got the Lego Star Wars vibe.
Now you got me.
Where you can shunt people off ledges and stuff, and they get really mad at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
It is fun.
Now we're talking.
But otherwise, there's not a whole lot of this couch co-op gaming experience.
Makes me sad.
I know. I just want to lay in bed with my homie and play a game on the TV.
I want to be looking right here.
Yeah, I want to look right here, and I don't
want to be throwing you off a ledge.
Yeah, exactly. But no, these things don't really exist. I have to go play a Lego game.
Yeah, or it was a bigger deal back in the old days. Retro, couch co-op because I was, consoles were.
Well, yeah, you went over to a friend's house and played back.
Yeah, you played 007 or Mario, even New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
The original Star Wars Battlefront 2 was split screen.
It was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I would love to see a rise in more of that. Or even I think there are indie games that do that.
Yeah.
But I think some bigger adventures in that style would be fun, kind of like It Takes Two Split Fiction.
Yeah.
With a bit more, I think there could be a potential for more in-depth, mechanics.
Yeah.
Because those games are very general audience coded, which is fine. I think that fits very well because you're meant to be playing it with people who don't
Well, you know what does do it really well?
Games.
The puzzle scene.
That's true.
We were here.
Yes.
We were here too.
Great series.
There's another one. It's not called Last of Us. It's called it's another one similar to We Were Here, but it's another 2-player puzzle game.
Portal 2.
Portal 2 is great.
Co-op.
Where's our Portal 3, Valve?
Just do couch co-op though.
Mm-hmm.
Portal 3, but it's only couch co-op. Yay or nay? Yay or nay?
Nay, of course not. But I'd love the option for a couch co-op.
I think Portal did what it wanted to do.
Portal was really good.
I don't think Portal can't go anywhere from here. I think.
Well, another story.
The story's wrapped.
More stuff.
More stuff.
I don't know, more stuff.
I don't think it'd be the same.
More complex puzzles.
I think enough people have left where it's not going to be Portal anymore. Unfortunately.
Half-Life 3. Did we ever talk about the possible leak of a new? Oh yeah, SteamOS properly releasing.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting for
That is
even
exciting.
retro handhelds because you
I
can add
know.
SteamOS to it.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
I heard that there's rumors Half-Life 3 will launch on SteamOS.
Okay.
It's just rumors.
I know, and it's Half-Life 3, so I'm inclined to not believe it.
I know.
At all.
I know.
At all.
Oh! Did I ever tell you that there's we're getting
There's a lot of revelations
I
going
know,
on right
I know. The new Valve game, that's the MOBA.
Deadlock.
Deadlock. I
Yeah.
played the beta.
Is that a MOBA?
Technically. It's like League, but it's
a
also
third-person
third-person
MOBA?
shooter. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people love it.
I can
You play League and you don't like Deadlock. That sounds crazy to
The
me.
trouble is it's a third-person shooter, but it's as slow as a MOBA.
Yeah.
It's really tough to feel. So all the dopamine hits from playing a shooter game, you don't get. All the dopamine hits from a MOBA, I also don't get. And so I'm trying to figure out where the true enjoyment comes from, I guess is what I'm saying.
It sounds like it hasn't clicked for you yet.
It hasn't clicked.
I haven't played it, but
Well,
it's like people love the game.
I know, and I see so many people playing it all the time, and I want to enjoy it. Oh, also, the UI. Ugh.
You don't like it?
Oh, I don't like the UI.
Mmm.
That it feels like... this. Don't get me wrong, there is a market for it. The UI feels like TF2.
Okay.
Which just feels wrong for the MOBA aspect, and the game's lasting so long. It's got the same problems that League has, I don't know, where it's a 40-minute game, but in this one, it doesn't feel like you stand a chance once you've started losing your towers. Like,
Okay.
in League, there's like always a chance to turn around, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay, in League, there's always a chance to turn around. In the like 15 hours that I played Deadlock,
You're getting pub stomped.
if once you've lost like 2 towers,
You're done.
there's no chance, and yet you still have to stick it out for the next 10-15 minutes anyway.
That's how I felt about League, the one game I played. So, I don't know. Is there a forfeit option?
There is, but I have never seen anyone use it.
Okay. Fair enough. It sounds like you're in the minority, though.
Well,
from my understanding.
I think there are things they can do to fix it. The maps feel really plain.
It's a beta,
There's
right?
not a lot. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
alpha actually.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I could be wrong. It might be beta now, but
It could be just like Multiverses, and the plug could get pulled.
I don't think so with how many people
I don't
actually
think
like
so.
it. I think Valve has a hit here. It's just they've got to change a few things. They got to make it like they got to have that dopamine rush that comes from like League or getting a kill in like CS or something. You don't feel it. You just kill someone. You're like yippee. I don't know how to say
You just
it
kill
doesn't.
someone and you're like, yippee.
I don't know, like when you're playing CSGO or Valorant and you tap someone in the head and it goes dink and they're dead,
Mm-hmm.
you get a little dopamine rush, you know?
Yeah.
You feel good about it.
Yeah. When you kill an enemy hero, don't you feel, or an enemy
Really?
champ, you don't feel anything?
They come back so fast and like you push just a little bit. Like the pressure's always there, but it doesn't.
But you just said that once the snowball starts, it's like hard
No,
to go
that's
back.
the problem. The snowball starts.
But people come back so
yeah,
fast.
you revive and then they can just kill you. I think there's a spawn timer issue too. Anyway.
I'm hearing conflicting things.
No, it's not conflicting because you can come back and then they've gotten more XP and more gold because they killed you. So now they've snowballed because they're bigger and you just run back into them, but now you kill them.
But so there's the dopamine hit. When you kill someone, you get more XP and gold. There's your hit. There's your.
But it doesn't feel. It doesn't click. Maybe it's a sound thing. Maybe it's something else.
It could be it's missing the sauce on the kills.
It's just missing the sauce. It doesn't feel good.
Okay. I wouldn't know. I haven't played it.
It's like in League, you kill someone, and you're like, sit down, son. Because it's a real person who's just trash. Like, when I play this, it feels like I'm playing against bots at times.
This sounds like a culture deal.
It might be.
Because that's just League culture, I bet.
Well, it might be, but...
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll tell you more about it when it's come through a couple updates and I try it again.
Okay. Sure. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff to play. It's hard to play everything.
There is.
It's hard to have an opinion about everything, but we're doing it.
I have an opinion on everything, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and I always love your opinions.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did you love our opinions?
Yes.
Thank you for making it all the way to the end. What was your 2021 game of the year? Was it It Takes Two? Was it anything different? I bet it was Inscription. That's my guess.
Also, thank you everybody who subscribed.
Yeah, it's 100.
100 subscribers is a really big deal, and without you guys, we wouldn't be able to keep going.
I'd keep going. Mike would leave you in the dust.
I mean, I would keep doing stuff, but...
Triple digits is big.
It is big. 100 subscribers, we didn't think it was possible. I mean, we did, but...
Bigger than double digits.
It is bigger than double digits.
By 10 times.
I know.
That's wild.
I know.
That's wild.
Wild.
Yeah. Let's see how wild we'll get. In future episodes, we're going to try and bring the A game. So, thank you.
Don't forget to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. Stay tuned. Follow us on our socials. We have links in the description to everything we have. Don't worry. More content's coming. Better content's coming, if you can even believe it.
I can't.
I can't believe it either.
Micah's address is in one of the descriptions of our social posts, so go find that. Go find that.
Doxing.
I've left it out there for you to find.
No.
Go find it. The treasure is yours to claim. Have a good one.
See ya.